Salutations soapers, welcome back. You just finished project 2. You made some awesome liquid soap. Today we are going to be talking about all the fun little creative things we can add into our soaps to make them extra special. What does that mean? Well, we're going to be talking about different fruits, herbs, leaves, other type of natural additives we can add into our soaps, as well as how to turn it from different colors. We're going to talk about colorants, and we're also going to go over how to store your soap. It's a lot to take in, and another thing I'm going to add is sometimes I like soaps that are more mild and just plain, and other times if you're doing this for your customers, they tend to like things that are chock full of exfoliants and smells and fragrances and things like that. So if you are selling your soap, it is really important to know that you can always have a beautiful plain bar of soap, but it's also good to add things that maybe have rose petals in it or some kind of mint leaves or maybe even a coffee grind or two to really make your soap stand out. And also you can charge a little bit more because people think you put a lot of effort into it, but I'm going to teach you today that it doesn't really take any more time at all. And your bars of soap are just going to look super beautiful and professional and smell wonderful. So there's a lot of information to cover. Let's get started. You may be asking yourself, what is the purpose of including things that are exfoliant to your skin in your soap? Well, when we're working with soap health and body cleansing tools, exfoliants are super useful to soap and the soap making world. It's really good for your skin to revitalize it and shake off that extra layer of dead skin, and that's why we want to add different things to our soap to make it a little bit more scrubby. We're also going to be talking about a special bar of soap that's almost impossible to reduplicate. It's chock full of super vitamins and minerals that are awesome for your soap, but there's some things I'm going to warn you about that a lot of soapers in America have been trying to reduplicate this soap for years, and it's just not possible. I'm also going to be talking about bars of soap that are fake. Unfortunately, there's a lot of sellers out there that are selling incorrect ingredients in certain bars of soap, and there's one in particular that really stands out in my mind that there's a lot of copies out there, and I want to show you how you can avoid buying that soap and why, honestly, it's super hard to even make it yourself. We're going to talk about this mysterious soap too in this little episode. As I mentioned before, we're going to be talking about colorants and adding color to your soap. You may be wondering, well, we use a lot of olive oil and other types of fats that are found in the kitchen section, so I can probably just use some food coloring, like for cupcakes and stuff. And that's totally not what you want to do. Baking colorants do not work the same as soap colorants. You can't really skip on the soap colorants for this. You really need to go out and buy the proper materials and make sure that they're soap safe, because remember, this is going on the outside of your skin, not internally. And there's different chemicals that work for different parts of your skin, so the colorants that are great for baking are not going to work well in your face. So we will be going over the right colorants for your projects. There's a lot. There's different ones to choose from. Some are more bright, some are more opaque, some are even sparkly, and we're going to talk about which ones would work great for you and maybe the projects that you have in mind. Let's get started by going over some common additives when you're working with soap. The first one I'm going to talk about is adding floral petals.